Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a tutorial on this look. It's a Tobas makeup tutorial. Tobas is a Bolivian dance, and the point of the video is basically to show you how to do your makeup when you perform. It's super important to wear makeup, not to look prettier, but to make your costume stand out. To start off, I used moisturizer, and moisturizer is super important to hydrate your face, and it makes your foundation look flawless. After the foundation, I'm using powder to mattify the skin, to mattify the foundation and make it stay on all day. Another big important step is blush. You want to make sure that when you smile, your cheeks stand out. And for the eyes, I always use primer, and I've actually been using concealer as a primer recently. It holds on very well, and it makes it stay on all day. To make your eyeshadow look stay on all day, you want to set the primer with powder, and then over that you can do whatever eye look you would like to do. I like to put a lighter color under the brow bone. And then in order for me to blend any eyeshadow, I always put a transition color, and then I add any color that I want, and then it's easier to blend. So for this look, I did like a halo look. I put darker eyeshadows on the outside and in the inner corner, and then I used this beautiful glittery, sparkly, pinky color in the middle, and it made her eyes stand out so nice. I usually go for colors that are already in the costume. So in this tutorial, I'm using more of the brown, the reds, and then like a little pink in the middle. As you can see, I did put tape on the outer corners of the eyeshadow, and that's just to create a perfect line and also to catch any fallout that will come down from that dark eyeshadow. And then instead of using eyeliner on the bottom, I always go for eyeshadows because they're powder. And when it's powder, it stays matte, so it'll stay on all day, no matter how much you sweat. It looks beautiful. And then you always want to glow on stage, obviously, who doesn't? So here I'm using a highlighter to make her glow, and you could see her highlighter from way far or really close. And the whole point of this is just literally to stand out and make your features pop, especially when you're smiling, because the costume takes away everything already, but you also want to be a part of it. You want to give it a face. So I'm using Redrum by Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I always go for liquid lipsticks, the matte ones, because they don't move, they don't smear, and it stays on no matter what you do, especially Jeffree Star's liquid lipsticks. They're my favorite. So that is all for this first look. I hope you liked it. The next one up is Christine, my sister's makeup, and hers is more glittery and sparkly. So beautiful. Look at that. Gorgeous. So like always, primer, and I'm using the concealer. It just stays on so well, and it's super full coverage, so it's perfect. And you always want to set it with powder. Super important step. That way your eyelids don't crease and they don't look oily, and your eyeshadows don't split. Always powder. It's not that hard. You can use any powder. You can use your face powder. You don't need any special powder, just as long as it's matte. Then I'm going to use this palette. Honestly, it doesn't matter what palette you use. I always go for a transition color, like a lighter color, a couple shades darker than your skin color, just so everything blends in and looks perfect and smooth. And there really isn't any rules on eyeshadow or makeup in general. You could do whatever you want. But I like to I always go darker on the outsides, and then either on the lid, all over the lid, or just in the center. I do a bright color to have the eye pop. So for this look, I went for a super sparkly gold pigment look. So here I'm applying eyelash glue all over the lid, and then with my finger, I'm using the glitter from MAC that I have, but you can use any glitter you want, and with my finger, just put it right over. It also holds the glitter super good all day. It does not move at all, and that's why I love it. And then when I finished, there was a lot of glitter all over her face because some fell, but no problem. Just grab any makeup wipe, coconut oil, whatever you want. Just clean it off and you start with a brand new face. And again, always moisturize. You want the face to be super hydrated to put on foundation. And for Christine, I actually tried on concealer. It's something you don't need, but I mean, who says you can't use it? Like I said, there's no rules on makeup as long as you're accentuating your features, your smile, your blush, your eyes. You just want all that to pop. You want to be able to see it from far away. So again, always powder your face after you're done with any liquids, foundation, concealer, cream concealer, anything. You want to have a matte face because you don't want to be oily after you dance because you will sweat. It's Tobas, hello! So always have a matte face and it will look beautiful. And I actually used 2 blushes on Christine just because the first blush is super beautiful, but I wanted something a little bit more. And for blush, it's better to exaggerate just a little bit because you want to be able to see it, like I said. So what blush does is when you smile, your cheeks go up, right? But if you don't have any blush, you won't be able to see it. So when you smile, you see rosy cheeks. It's so pretty. And you don't have to, you're not doing this to look prettier. You're doing this to make your whole costume look prettier. You're giving it a face. And then again, eyeshadow on the waterline or on the lash line is always the better idea. And the glow, the glow, the glow, the glow. So important. Here I'm using Prosecco Pop and Champagne Pop. Now to make it even stand out more, we're using red lipstick. Again, I'm taking Redrum by Jeffree Star. It's a liquid lipstick. It's a matte liquid lipstick. It stays on all day, doesn't move. Even if you sweat, nothing. Just look at that face. It's so beautiful. So here's a clip of them dancing. I really hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Makeup is so important for performers. I really hope that helped you. Remember, it's not about making you look prettier, it's about representing a beautiful country. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!